Okay, so being a tourist in Montreal is a destabilizing experience. In a good way. You're in a new environment, and so many things are different, and you're just trying to take it all in. It's easy to forget that during all the excitement and sensory overload, that you're constantly a little lost. Dare I say, even a little naive? That's where tourist traps slide into the equation. They're just waiting to take advantage of your excessive optimism, to propose to you something that sounds like a good idea, but is most often a waste of money and even your time. Today I'm going to show you the main tourist traps in Montreal. They come in all shapes and sizes, so I'll make sure you're ready to spot them and avoid them. Not only that, but for every trap I show you, I'll suggest an alternative that is much better value and in most cases, more authentic. This is the traps and the alternatives. The trap? Generic tourist shops. I understand the allure of bringing something back from vacation. Who wouldn't want something to commemorate their visit to Montreal? Something physical, more than just pictures in your phone. If you are the type of person to do that, please don't purchase it at a generic gift shop. You know the kind I'm talking about. You'll see them in virtually every city. The ones with big, obnoxious signs, more t-shirts than a clothing store, old magnets and postcards as far as the eye can see. They draw you in with goofy, themed items, but you deserve so much better than that. I mean, just look at this. Nothing, absolutely nothing in these shops is local. The items are most likely made in China, I guarantee it, and are overpriced. Now, why would you want to bring back something that has little to do with the place you're visiting? Not only will these items fall apart faster than the Maple Leafs in the playoffs, but they just don't look all that good either. I mean, everyone is entitled to their own taste, but I'm not convinced. The alternative? Artisan or local products. You are much better off purchasing a souvenir that is made locally, by an artisan or a local business. Bring back something with meaning, made or designed by the people of Montreal, with local materials and know-how. Here are some good options. First, check out Signé Local. It's located inside the Eaton Centre in downtown Montreal, which is a big shopping mall in the heart of the city. At Signé Local, all of their products are local. They have a wide variety of local, quality products that make for great souvenirs. The offer is quite eclectic. You have jams, spices, and syrups. Or how about some handmade jewelry and clothing, or even perfumes? Second, a mix between a coffee shop and a souvenir store, visit Marché Saint Laurent, located in the heart of Old Montreal. Not only is the shop located in one of the most beautiful public squares in Canada, but it also offers some of the coolest souvenirs in the city. A lot of the items tend to be more on the artsy side, which is perfect for a souvenir. There's some really nice apparel which actually looks good. There's honestly quite a few items I want to get for myself here, and I live in Montreal. I love the selection of vinyls from local bands, such a good idea for a souvenir. When you're done browsing through all the souvenirs, don't forget the shop also doubles as a cafe with seating inside and outside. Third, visit one of the many artisan shops in Old Montreal. I highly suggest you check out L'Empreinte, a cooperative of Quebecer artists and designers. This means that each artisan has their own section in the shop that they fill with their own items for sale. This gives you a unique opportunity to not only shop local, but to also learn about the artists who crafted these items. These are souvenirs that you will actually treasure from your trip. Although this is my favorite souvenir shop in Old Montreal, there are quite a few different shops that specialize in artisan products as well, so look around. Lastly, visit the gift store in a museum. If you have ever been to a museum, then you definitely have walked through a museum gift shop. Most people don't realize that you can visit these boutiques without actually having to visit the exhibits in the museum. Some products are related to the ongoing exhibits, but a lot of the items are just awesome souvenirs. There's usually a unique focus on books and the history of Montreal. I've listed all of my suggestions in the description, so check it out when you're done with this video. The trap? Old Port Thrill Seekers. Located just south of Old Montreal, the Old Port waterfront is an incredible place to visit, offering scenic views of the river, the skyline, and the historic district. It's no mystery why the Old Port should be on every tourist list of places to check out. You will quickly notice though that there are a bunch of thrill seeker activities. These types of activities prey on tourists' desire to try something new, something exciting. We have bungee jumping, zip lines, speedboating, aerial courses, a Ferris wheel, labyrinths, and so much more. Now, I'm not saying any of these activities are bad in themselves. In fact, most are quality installations. The problem is that they are simply overpriced and short experiences that have little to do with the city. That bungee jump? Over $200. The Ferris wheel? $65 for 2 people. The zip line? $30 for a 1-minute ride. Needless to say, in most cases the price might not be worth the experience. I get that there's a price to get an adrenaline rush. If you're in the Old Port and you really want to do one of these activities, I recommend you research them in advance and pick one that you really want to do. I've linked all the activities in the description of this video. The alternative? Old Port Chill Seekers. Instead of doing those crazy activities, I suggest that if you want a day filled with thrills, then you're better off just going to La Ronde. It's a huge amusement park located just off of the shores of the Old Port. For just $43 for a single day pass, you can do so much more at the fraction of the cost of the activities in the Old Port. At that, there are still many great activities in the Old Port that are not just tourist traps. If you want to get out on the water, for example, take the St. Lawrence Maritime Shuttle. For only $6, this shuttle boat will take you from the Old Port to Jean Drapeau Park, which is filled with activities. There's the amusement park La Ronde I mentioned, the Montreal Casino, an aquatic center, and more. You can take the shuttle to the south shore of Montreal as well. Whichever the direction, the boat offers incredible views of the city. Instead of riding the Ferris wheel, visit the Grand Quai and Port of Montreal Tower. Right up these stairs you can access the rooftop public green space that offers multiple places to just relax and take in a wonderful sight of the area. Now if you want to get a spectacular view, head on over to the glass tower at the back, which is wheelchair accessible by the way. For just $15 per person, you get access to an interactive exhibit about Montreal and its port, as well as 360-degree views of the city and beyond. There are also telescopes on hand to get a closer look at landmarks. It's really a great value for such a unique experience. In my opinion, it's a better option than the Ferris wheel since you can enjoy the views however long you want, as opposed to just going round and round without control. And for the thrill seekers, there's a section of the tower that has a glass cage that hangs outside. How cool is that? The trap? Food festivals. Tourism and food go hand in hand. Unlike when you're home, you won't be cooking during your vacation. That's good news in a city like Montreal, an Epicurean paradise. This city is loaded with amazing restaurants. Not only that, but it has a distinct local cuisine that deserves to be discovered. All summer long, you will without a doubt hear about food festivals. A taco festival, a rib festival, an Asian food festival, the list goes on and on and on. I hate to say it, but I don't recommend you visit these festivals as a tourist. Most of these festivals all have the same issues that make them tourist traps. They hype up the event as a day of culinary discovery, where you can skip all the other things about visiting a restaurant and get straight to focusing on the food. The truth of the matter is that food festivals prioritize attracting enormous crowds and making money over providing a fun or delicious culinary experience. Not my idea of an afternoon well spent with my precious time as a tourist. The alternative? Food halls. I suggest that you spend your time and fill your appetite with one of the incredible food halls in downtown Montreal. Not to be confused with a food court that you see in every mall, a food hall is essentially a curated collection of locally owned and operated restaurants offering a variety of food under one roof. These food halls offer all the benefits of a food festival, such as trying out a bunch of local restaurants in one spot, without any of the downsides. Not only are you guaranteed an excellent meal, but you're also in a dynamic environment with ample seating and service on hand. No porta potties, no standing to eat, and no entry fees. A favorite of mine is Le Central, located in the eastern part of downtown close to all the festivals. There are over 25 food counters located here, with a huge variety on offer. There's Greek, Italian, Japanese, Portuguese, Indian, and of course, local Quebecois cuisine as well. They even have a few bars. Oftentimes there are special events like a DJ night or meal discounts. And who doesn't like a good meal and some entertainment? The ambiance is laid back and family friendly, a must try. Another suggestion is to visit the Time Out Market, located on the second floor in the Eaton Center. This food hall is a bit more chic, with dimmed lighting and lounge music. The food counters are operated by local chefs, so I would say the food is on the verge of fin cuisine, yet still reasonably priced. Standout features of the Time Out Market is the massive bar section reserved for adults, great if you're looking to just unwind before going out. There's also a small cooking school that hosts events, as well as concerts and cultural experiences. If you are in Montreal and want to see what our local chefs are about, check out the Time Out Market. The trap: fake museums. My last tourist trap I think you should avoid when visiting Montreal are fake museums. The term might sound odd, but you've heard of them in some form or another. A prime example would be something like a wax museum with statues of celebrities. Montreal is no stranger to these type of attractions. There's a selfie museum where you take pictures on different sets, or a museum of illusions with optical illusions you play around with. Of course, these are harmless in themselves, and I can understand why families with young children would be attracted to them. But in my opinion, you would be better off avoiding these fake museums for a few reasons. First being that they are quite expensive for what they are. Most are around $30 for an activity that lasts around an hour. Second, these experiences can be found in any big city. There's nothing local nor authentic about what they are showing. When visiting Montreal, or any city, you should try to connect to the local culture, not spend your precious time at these tourist traps. The alternative? Visit a real museum. Montreal has so many world-class museums which are fascinating for adults and children alike. The Montreal Museum of Fine Arts is an incredible place, with art and relics from all over the world. You could spend the entire day here, learning about cultures and history, or just taking in the architecture of the place. There are always activities for children, like this drawing activity the museum was hosting. I guarantee you there are more impressive things to take selfies with here than at the selfie museum. If you are traveling with children, consider checking out the MEM, Centre des Mémoires montréalaises, which is a museum dedicated to Montrealers. It is more of an interactive multimedia exposition, with new expositions being presented all the time. There are even play areas for children with tablets that they can use to learn about the history of Montreal in a fun way. Did I mention that most of the museum is free to visit? A fun activity that will leave your family with a better understanding of Montreal and its residents. So that's my list of tourist traps I think you should avoid when visiting Montreal. None of them are bad in themselves, but there are better ways you can spend your time in the city. Do you have any other suggestions of tourist traps? Leave them down in the comments. If you liked this video, check out this other video I made of a list of cheap restaurants you need to try in Montreal. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.